meeting order. This is our regular meeting.
Public hearing.
The
Public hearing, Mr. Chairman.
public hearing, I meant. This is a public hearing for road closures. Okay, let's see which one we're on first.
Alley closing.
Closing on block 218 Emerson Park.
That the one on
That's one on Emerson Park.
Emerson Park.
Yeah.
Block 218.
Okay. Closing and abandoning an alley in block 218 of the Emerson Park subdivision. James, you gonna explain that?
Yes, sir. This is a request by Mr. Bennett to close and abandon a 10-foot alley, 10-foot wide alley located in block 218 of Emerson Park subdivision. The center line of said alley closing is located at a point 125 feet southeast of the intersection of the right of way of New Jersey Avenue and New Mexico Avenue, and it extends to New Jersey Avenue, a distance of 5.5 feet, more or less, from New Jersey Avenue to Nevada Avenue. Say it's about approximately 500 feet long and 10 foot wide.
Okay.
And under the findings, I think the findings reveal that there's no public use for that alley at this time. And it actually extends, I apologize, it extends from Mexico Avenue to Nevada Avenue, between New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
Okay. Ain't no utilities down it, no poles, no water, no
Not that
nothing.
we're aware of, no, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Schubert, are these individual lots, or is this like one owner of all these lots?
It's one owner,
One owner?
yes, sir.
There's a million of those alleys in that whole subdivision that needs to be closed. Right.
Yeah.
This was a mobile home park before.
Yeah.
And, the mobile homes have been taken off, all but I think two, been taken off. And so now they're just, redesigning it.
Right.
And that'll be between New Mexico Avenue and Nevada Avenue.
Yeah. Okay. We have anybody else for closing it? Any more discussion on closing it? We have anybody oppose it? Anybody oppose the closing of this alley? If not, we can go ahead and vote on it then.
No.
Oh, we got carried over. That's right, we got carried over to the big. I'm sorry. All right. Let's go to the next one. A rezoning of 355 East Blackshear Avenue from R50 mobile home residential to C1 neighborhood commercial. Okay. Will you explain that one, James?
This is a request to rezone a portion of the Eagle Nest, church property from, from R50 EMH, to C1 neighborhood commercial, and the purpose of the rezone request is the owners want to do operate a filming, recording studio for television, audio, and film purposes in the building that's located there. And party staff report the adjacent surrounding land uses. To the north is residential and R50 MH and R50 zoning. To the south is residential R50 MH in the city of Waycross with residential medical zoning. East is residential R50 MH and R50 and R75 MH and R90. And then further down is Dollar General that's under construction, which is on C1. West is a residential R50 MH to State Street, and then R75 west of it, and commercial and light industrial business west of State Street. Blackshear Avenue is a major street. And then the nearby streets, Monroe Street, Spruce Street, Water Street, and Fluke Street are all minor streets. Attached to your staff report are the adopted rezoning standards that appear to support the rezoning. And then also the location map and the, aerial, and then a zoning map is attached as well. And the planning commission reviewed this request and recommended for the county commission to approve it.
Okay. Any more in favor of it? Anybody else in favor of it?
I got a couple questions, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Go ahead.
James, so the two buildings there, one which is already a church, right? And the one that next to it, that's the one that they're gonna make their recording studio out of?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so what that other building sits on, I guess, a different zoning or?
Well, it will, if the zoning is approved, it will be two different zonings. It's everything in the blue line, in the blue polygon, will be, if it's approved, will be C1, and then everything outside the, polygon will still remain, R50 to MH, yeah, R50 MH.
Okay, so this outside the blue line, that's the building in question that they want to make the recording studio out of?
No, inside the blue line.
Inside, the blue, okay,
And then they're gonna keep the church functions at the other building.
okay,
So, and churches are allowed in all districts.
right. Okay. So they don't own all the property in the blue, it's just, that's what will be rezoned, right?
Right, that's what we rezone.
Okay, any more discussion on it? Anything else on it? Anybody oppose it? Okay, let's carry it over. The next one is rezoning a northern portion of parcel 036H03-002 from RS residential single family to A1 agricultural forestry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a request to zone a lot along Calvin Road from RS residential single family to A1 agricultural forestry. The planning commission voted unanimously to approve this request at their November 13th, 2025 meeting. The staff report reveals that the status of the applicant would be the property owner, but the applicant now is Josh Hodges, which is the grandson of Mr. and Ms. Hodges. Requested action to request a change in zoning status from RS to A1. Location is on Calvin Road, lot 6, 7, and 15, which is part of parcel number 036H03-002. The purpose is to allow the owner to place a Class A manufactured home on the property. And if you know what a Class A manufactured home is, that's a mobile home that's located either on a slab or on a footer, and it has a masonry type skirting. And then the meter base has to be mounted on the side of the mobile home, and it has to be at least a double wide. That's just kind of your general definition of Class A. Adjacent and surrounding land uses to the north are residential, agricultural, forestry, A1, A, and CN zoning district. To the south is residential and open pasture, planted pines. To the south, RS and A1. East is residential, RS, planted pines, A1 and CN. West is residential, RS, and agricultural forestry. Uses in ag-related residential A1 and A. The major street plan, Calvin Road is a minor street. You know, the future land use plan, it shows the area as urban fringe, which could be, which would be, considered residential. Physical characteristics, the area is mostly residential with some agricultural forestry uses nearby. Development potential, the property is located east of Russell Lane between Calvin Road and Huckabee Road. And it could be, as zoned, it could be utilized for site-built homes. And then attached to your, staff report are the adopted rezoning standards, and also a location map and a, aerial, and then a zoning map to show you what the zoning districts are in that area. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Any more on for it? Anything else? We need to,
So James, we just rezoning just this one parcel, right?
Just the backside of that parcel.
Just the
which
backside
is-
of this parcel.
Which used to be two parcels, and, but since one owner owned both, they combined them into one, I believe.
Okay.
That's how it used to
But
be.
it's just this, it don't affect anything else, it's just that one parcel,
Just the backside,
the backside
along
of it.
Calvin Road.
Okay.
there's no building on that parcel right now.
No, sir.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, go ahead.
But James, my understanding, reading and researching it, is that this is on RS right now, single family dwelling on.
Residential, single family, yes, sir.
Okay, and so in order for someone to put this Class A mobile home, it would have to be zoned what, RM75 or?
You could, Class A manufactured homes are allowed R75, R50, A1, zone, I think that's the three districts, A1, R75, and R50. Class A's, and of course, any manufactured home zone district.
So this is why they would have to go to agriculture instead of going to like R75 or?
And the reason it went to agriculture is because agriculture is across the street. So the north side of Calvin Road is on agricultural,
A1.
A1, and that's why it's requested to go to A1 instead, so you wouldn't have a spot zone in the middle of the.
So like it's zoned though now, if he wanted to plant a garden there, he couldn't plant a garden there?
Yeah, we don't,
But it's not zoned for that?
yeah, we don't penalize gardens. Now, could you, in theory, could you plant a commercial crop there? No.
No,
but
okay,
you
I
could-
understand.
And so obviously that's why the zoning right now, as it currently stands, they could not put the A1 mobile home there.
Correct.
But if they put one there, it's, the meter box has got to be mounted on it like a house, right?
Right.
Okay. Anything else in favor of it? Why, anybody
I would like
opposed?
to ask Ms. Hodges to come up if she would and maybe explain what they doing there if she would. I know she's scared to death, but.
I'm not a speaker, but when our grandson Joshua, who was with us today, when he approached us, he was seeing that his papa was having trouble doing things that he's done all these years. He's taught these boys how to do things. And Rudy will be 82 in February, and he can still do a lot, but you know, he can't do heavy things anymore. So Joshua approached us wanting to know if we would sell it to them. It's 2 lots. We bought those lots in 1998 because we didn't want anybody building behind us. And his mom lives on the lot. We have 1 lot, his mom lives on the other lot. These 2 lots are right behind us. I don't know if that makes sense. But you never know what somebody's going. If you would ride down our road and you look at some of the houses, 1 or 2 in particular, you would wonder, how was this allowed in our neighborhood? I understand where our neighbors are coming from because we've been out there 48 years, probably longer than most of them have. We've never had a problem, and I do not want a problem from this. But I just don't understand why this will be a double wide, brand new, with all the we got with him to make sure that Joshua understood what had to be done. And if you know Rudy Hodges, you know he's gonna make sure it's done Rudy's way. And that is taken care of. Not to just go to them and park all kind of cars and, you know, we just are to see where we're gonna need some help. And we had 3 daughters, we didn't have any sons, but our grandchildren are want to step up. And we just left it in God's hands, you know, whatever, because all of our neighbors are here, and they're probably really upset with us, and I'm sorry, but that's our reasoning.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ruth. We have anybody oppose it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 hands.
No, I think 5 or 3.
Any of y'all wanna speak on that? Would one of you come up and speak, please? State your name and your address.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, my name is Robert Robinson, and I live at 1720 Calvin Road, one of the residents on Calvin Road. Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. I'm here with just about all my neighbors from Calvin Road, and I just want to let you know that every one of us are opposed to this rezoning, every one of us. And we're here today to show that. We're here to oppose the rezoning of the one remaining lot on our road from residential to agricultural for the sole purpose of placing a mobile home on it. As you will see from the petition that I handed earlier, do all of y'all have that petition? If you'll see, it's everybody on Calvin Road, all the residents have signed it opposing this rezoning. Everyone, with the exception of one lady that works, she's a traveling nurse and she works permanently out of town, haven't seen her in months. But every neighbor is against this, okay? Calvin Road is occupied by all permanent site-built homes. There's one lot left, the Hodges lot. They want to put the mobile home on that single lot that's left. Everything else is a site-built residential home. We feel that changing the zoning from agricultural for the purpose of placing a mobile home will devalue all of our property. Also, agricultural zoning could drastically change the limits and regulations of what could be put on that property, such as pigs, cows, horses, whatever. Of course, we know that any of that could happen. This is a residential area, not an agricultural area. Even though the property across the street is agriculture, there's nothing agricultural over there. It's just a home. That's all that's on that road, all homes. Residential zoning, as well as building codes and ordinances, are already in place, been in place for years. Changing the zoning just for one lot that's in between all of these residences defies logic and common sense, really. We would love to see the Hodges build a permanent site-built home on that beautiful lot. It's a beautiful lot. We'd love to see them build a permanent site home there. It would complement their lot and it would finish out our neighborhood 100%. Instead of having one lot left, we would be 100% site-built homes there. It would look, the street would look great. Therefore, I, along with all my neighbors that are here, that have signed this petition, we urge you to vote no for this rezoning. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, come up, please.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. My name's Tim Smith. I'm representing my mom. It's Linda Smith from 1729 Calvin Road. Got a power of attorney from her lawyer to be able to be up here to speak. Basically, my parents built their house back in 1985. I remember specifically when we went and bought that property, that was one of the main questions is, can a mobile home be built out of this section of lots? And the answer is no. There were the covenants. It's been that way since 1985, since my parent bought. The other thing I wanted to point out, as far as the report from zoning, a lot of it is correct. But if you take a deeper look at the A1 across the street, they're all single-family residential homes. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question for James.
You want, okay, go ahead.
Are there any more double wides or anything in that neighborhood there, James?
I'm not sure, I have not done a land use study.
I rode through there, but I think there's one at the end of the road. I'm not for sure what the name of that road is. I didn't know.
There's one maybe at the beginning of Huckabee,
It's
as you turn off
It's-
ABC on the
this
left
is,
there.
if you come up Calvin Road, when you dead end, is it Russell Road? Russell Lane. There's a double wide there. How did it get put in there if this is not zoned for that?
I'm not sure. I think it's probably
There's
before my
a
time.
double wide down there?
At the
Yeah,
end
go
of the
ahead.
road, I think right there when you come out the road, that's, yeah.
Steve can answer if you like.
Yes, sir,
Yeah,
if
go
you
ahead.
would, please.
Maybe a little quicker to show you, but it's a different zoning back over there.
Okay.
That's all it is. It's different zoning back over there. That's how they were able to get it through years ago.
So
But
that's-
all this yellow is Calvin Road and Huckabee. This whole section was all half-acre lots.
So the trailer, where's the trailer he's talking about right there?
It's back over here in this.
Oh, right
green
there,
area.
okay,
This, we're talking this street,
yeah.
these three properties, single-family residential.
So it's
So
no
it's
mobile
it's
homes,
zoned
See that one
different,
right there,
yeah.
where he's
No,
talking
okay.
about?
so it's no mobile
Yes,
homes
the
in that
end.
yellow section right there.
No, not in the yellow. No, it can't be. You can't have a mobile home in that yellow section.
Okay. So that's out of that zoning area,
It was at the end of the road, I guess,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
zoned different, yeah.
yeah, it's one. So that was put in there before the zoning was in, that mobile home, is that correct?
Been there for years, I guess.
All right,
Mr.
any
Chairman-
more?
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah,
also, I'd like to say I appreciate everyone coming, for this rezoning, and I got several calls from people that were basically against the rezoning out there, and one of the question I posed to each one of them was, when they called, were they able to attend the planning commission hearing, when they met?
right,
And my understanding is they got the times mixed up some kind of way, that it was 3:30 that they showed up.
We were told it was at 4:30, but the meeting took place at 12:30. When we all got there at 4:30, it was over.
Okay, so it was just a mix-up
We
on
were
it,
told 4:30,
okay, at the planning commission?
yes, sir.
Okay, so I don't know, like I say, I know they meet at a different time, they don't normally meet at that time of the day. But anyway, that was one of the questions I wanted to find out, and it was just a mix-up on their part on the time, and if they had known, they said they would have been at the planning commission, but I understand the planning commission, when they met, they say no one showed up against it.
Right.
But it was because they didn't, so I want to just state that for clarification.
Do they post that, James, the time on the
they're
sheet?
supposed to.
Planning commission meeting is not posted on site.
not posted.
It's
How
just
come?
advertised in the paper
Look like it needs to be on there, is it?
on site. Yeah, so we've never
Never had.
had that before, but I mean, we could start doing that.
I would definitely do
Yeah, that's
that,
what I'm saying, that's the reason why they
yeah.
weren't there, is because they
Yeah,
were thinking it was, I guess, like our meeting, a work session and, public hearings.
okay.
And Mr. Chairman, I'd like to say something. I know, Mr. Hodges and them, I don't know them personally, but I did go out there and talk to them. And I told them what they would have to do to get it rezoned, and I said, if y'all will go to planning and get it okay through there without any opposition, I'll help you. So my back's kinda against the wall, but I'm here to help them. I can't do no different. I promised them, and I got to stand by my promise.
Well, I kinda think the same way, I think they were misled because they wasn't told about the time, if it's the right time, then they probably would have been there at the planning commission. They would have all been there.
We were there 3 hours
Yeah.
late.
Yeah, 3 hours late.
Okay,
And also, it was mentioned too about agriculture, James, if, right now, could they put something, okay, if it's on there, you could have livestock or whatever on
You
there?
could, if it was on that way.
Okay.
Okay, is there any more on it? You got one more? Come on.
Hello, Commissioner. My name is Roger Bunch. I live at 1745 Calvin Road. And I agree with my neighbors that we share the same concerns, but also have concern about just kind of like spot rezoning, right? So just pick one lot out of our road and spot rezone it, and then the potential for down the road, if someone sells their house and it's zoned as A1, then it could bring down the resale value or prevent other people from coming in and purchasing my property if I want to sell, or just the negativity, the potential for negativity to go along with it. And that's one of my main concerns, that if I decide to move or sell, then I got a lot going over from my zone A1.
Okay.
And then, I don't want any social friction whatsoever out of this whole process. That's part of my concern as well.
All right.
Any questions?
Thank you. Appreciate you coming. All right. Any questions, Em?
Just move it to the meeting.
Chairman, I just want to say that, so I know the area pretty well. My wife grew up right down at the end of Huckabee Road. I think she grew up right behind the Smiths. Mindy Phelan was her maiden name. Yeah, so I know the area well. I know it's a good neighborhood. She grew up in it, loved running up and down the roads, and y'all probably saw her if you've been there for a long time whenever she was a little girl. I know the area well, and it does have all the site-built homes on it. I actually rented, whenever we first got married, rented on the far end of Huckabee more towards ABC, and so I've lived in the area for a little while whenever we first got married. So I just wanted to make it that I just know the area, and
Okay.
so.
We got one more. Pose it. Come on.
My name is Rodney Hooks. I live at 1755 Calvin Road. And all I want to say is I can understand Mr. Hodges wanting that. I would too. I'm 71 and old, and I can't help it. But that's just life. But what I have an issue with is, even though if you did do this, and he could do that, that's what would happen. But not only that, but the taxes might even get lower. I mean, that's unheard of in Ware County, but sometimes it happens. But also, along with that, the property values are probability to drop. It's possible. And I've talked to several people about it, and I can't understand back in the early 70s, this was an agricultural land. And then a bunch of developers came in and got it changed to residential. And my last reason for opposing it is just this. I have all these neighbors, I've been here 24 years, and we've gone through hard times and good times and sadness. And they've helped me when I needed it. And I want to oppose my neighbors. So I'm against this. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Got anybody else? Any comment from the commission on it? If not, let's carry it over. Okay. We got another one, a public hearing on rezoning portions of partial 051-505 CO5 012 to 051 CO5-013 and 051 CO5 014 from R5 residential to C3 general commercial. That one is This rezoning request portion of partials is residential to C3, general commercial, from R75.
Mr. Chairman, this is a request actually by the planning department and planning commission to clarify zoning. At some point when the zoning was adopted in that area, it split some uses that already been used for commercial. So the purpose of this rezoning is to clean up that zoning and carry the, C3 district to the center line of Kirkland Road and back to the south boundary of the property. And that makes the property zone one contiguous zoning. So this is actually a request by the planning commission or the planning department to do that, and then, attached to the rezoning or the adopted rezoning standards and the zoning map and, location map and aerial. So it's already been used for commercial now.
Is all the rest of that already zoned? You talk about just that portion of that in the blue there, circle with the blue?
Yes, sir. And I apologize, I don't have any maps on the screens today. I got notified this morning that Dustin couldn't be here, so I didn't get the maps. But if you look at this map, Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
everything in the orange inside the blue line will be, rezoned to, commercial.
C3,
C3, yes, sir.
C3.
so that, am I looking at a business right there where inside that blue, what part of protrudes out? What business is that?
There's a mechanic shop back there, and there's also, some kind of a, storage facilities in there.
Okay,
But you said this was something that was just missed whenever the overall zoning was
When
put
they,
in.
yes, sir, when they did the overall zoning, it split it, and you know, that used to be houses along there at one
Yeah.
time, so now it's, commercial.
That storage rentals, those buildings right there on the front, those long buildings, ain't they storage rentals?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then the building in the corner, the northwest corner would be a mechanic shop.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Then you have a not a grocery store, convenience store, and then, adjoining there on State Street will be a little small car lot, used car lot.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Any more in favor of this zoning? Any more? Anybody else? Anybody oppose this? If anybody oppose it? If not, carry it over. Okay. Got another one. Public hearing for Ware County zoning resolution text amendment, Article 3. Let's see what it is. This text amendment of Ware County zoning resolution to Article 3, subsection 302-67, add definition of utility scale energy storage, and Article 7, subsection 707-5 and 706-3, add utility scale energy storage as conditional uses in the agricultural forestry district and the GI, general industrial. Okay, we have any? Can you explain that one, what that one's?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, they've had some requests about having utility scale energy storage, which is basically, big batteries. Conglomeration of batteries at the solar plants, solar farms. And they will store the unused electrical or store the electrical in those batteries and then sell it to the power companies as needed or whatever. And along with that comes buildings. Well, storing and charging those batteries creates heat, so you gotta have fans and so essentially what you get is you get buildings with batteries, a bunch of batteries, big batteries, and you'll have fans that you're running to cool those, and it's almost like a, not quite as loud, but basically like a, Bitcoin operation. So,
Yeah.
with those requests, we've decided that we probably needed to establish a definition for that, and then also, establish, districts where they're permitted and only permitted as a conditional use in the agricultural district and also in the GI general industrial district. It's the same wording, it follows the solar farm to a T. And so, that's what the proposal here is. Article 3 is to add, 302.67 will be to add a definition of utility scale storage. And then Article 707.5 would be to allow as a conditional use in the agricultural district. And then, Article 706.3, which would allow, use as a conditional use in the GI general industrial district. And those proposed texts are attached to your staff report.
Would that be on solar farms and all too? Is,
We've already got all this on solar farms. This is just an
a
accessory. to
1,000
solar farm.
foot, we don't, that's a long ways from a residential.
Yeah, we've got 1,000 feet from, as a setback. Because of the noise of the, buildings to keep the batteries cool. Same thing we have for Bitcoin operations too,
Yeah.
I think.
I know the Bitcoins are loud, I've seen them before. Been
And
around.
these are not as loud as my understanding, not as loud as a Bitcoin operation, but they are loud because they have to keep those batteries cool.
Okay,
So, James, let me ask you a question. So, it's got the 1,000 foot linear foot requirement from pre-existing residential structures. Okay, so what about if someone has another operation similar to this? Is there a different requirement between them?
Currently there is between solar farms, but that's the next agenda item, we were gonna remove that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the solar farm, I'm talking about for this battery storage facilities.
There's not anything between the two for battery storage. There's not a district requirement between the two. These will be located where solar farms are, from my understanding. So the solar farms have a 10,000 feet setback between the two,
Between the solar farm themselves.
between the solar farms themselves. However, we have a text amendment, I think the next text amendment is to remove that 10,000 feet.
And bring it back to 1,000 feet, I believe.
Well, we didn't set a minimum, just getting rid of it altogether, so.
what if, a solar farm, now, if he's, already there, so nobody can't get within 1,000 feet of him, it would be for him too,
Currently, if a
10.
solar farm's there, it's 10,000
10,000
feet,
feet.
10,000.
is what the current ordinance says, but we have amendment on the next item to reduce that, to get rid of that requirement,
Do not. Man,
so.
okay. All right, any more questions on it? Anybody oppose it?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Can they come up
The
and
lithium, is this lithium batteries?
could they come to the podium?
Come up to the podium, please. Give us your name and address.
My name is Kelly Thrift, and I'm curious. You said battery storage. Is that lithium batteries?
It's not battery storage, it's energy storage. It's basically a storage in batteries. It's just like if you have if you have a home that's solar farm, that's operated off solar panels, you can have batteries that those solar panels charge. And then when they charge those batteries, that's what you operate on until those batteries go dead if it's at night. And then you revert back over to regular electricity. Well, what this is those batteries, but it's a bigger battery because it's utility scale. And where you have these solar farms, they'll have this building set up, from my understanding, and these batteries, the unused electricity that doesn't go back to the power company will go into these batteries and store, and then they can sell that electricity back at a later date.
Okay, so is this any that's,
Will they be using lithium batteries, is the question?
yes, because
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
with the lithium batteries, and how would that affect our public safety? Should they have a say on that?
So I don't know. I don't know that if it's lithium batteries, I'm not sure, but yet when they do the plans for the buildings, then we would consult with the fire department and so forth when they
Okay,
do
that would be my concern, is our public safety gets,
Yeah.
a say in that, because of, some of the batteries, how they're, very complicated to put out fires.
Yeah, like lithium, you can't use water, so.
Exactly.
But we would consult with the, or they would consult with the fire department when the plans come through.
That was my question.
Okay.
And we don't have one, we don't have an application, we just had some people inquire about doing this, so we're trying to get ahead of the.
Yeah, we did not have a zoning plan on these things in the beginning, did we? No, because we already have some right by the roads, right by houses, everything.
Right.
So basically, we trying to be proactive in our
Yes, sir.
approach to this.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, is there any more on it? Okay, let's move it over. Okay, we're got one more here. Is this the same thing, ain't it?
Solar farm
Public
ordinance is
hearing is,
kind of different.
okay. This is a hearing for the Ware County Code of Ordinance Text Amendment, Chapter 78, Ware County Solar Farm Ordinance. We adopted that ordinance.
You adopted the ordinance, chapter 78, solar farm ordinance, and what we're requesting now, or in that ordinance, there's a 10,000 feet distance requirement between two solar farms.
Between
And-
two solar farms.
Between two solar farms, so if I have a solar farm here, I can't have another one, or another one can't come in 10,000 feet away until they get past 10,000 feet. But what we're requesting to do is to remove that 10,000 foot setback and just, and see how it operates is without that setback in there.
Yeah,
So,
that's 10,000 feet, that's 2 miles.
almost 2 miles.
That's
That's a
2
long
miles.
ways.
You gotta have 2 miles down the road before you put another one in.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. So, okay, I understand, so right now we have 10,000 foot setback requirement. But we're gonna remove that.
Right.
So what are we gonna put in its place? I mean,
Right now, we're not proposing any setback. If, the neighbor next door wanted to come and put one in, then
He could put it
put it
in.
in, so.
what,
Well, it's not setbacks, it's the distance between two
Distance.
solar.
the distance between the two, okay, but,
Okay. I got that.
so you don't think it would be something we maybe need to try to have something in place to where it wouldn't be right on top of each other, or?
It'd be the preference of the, commission. They're permitted as a conditional use,
Okay, so,
and so the commission already has to approve the site.
okay,
So they just can't come in and pick a site and go start building. It has to go before, just like this, has to go before a public hearing. And then the
Okay.
commission has the say-so whether it goes in or not.
okay, well, I think I can
See
live
if
with
we have
that.
any opposition.
Yeah, yeah,
I got a question.
You okay with that?
yeah.
All right,
I just got a question.
go ahead.
These solar farms that's put up, do they stay there forever or
As long as they pay rent.
as long as they pay rent?
20 years. They usually put them in for 20-year contracts.
Okay, what happens when that 20 years up? Do they move off and leave those there? or-
There's a decommission clause in that.
Oh, are they? That's
usually in
what I
those
was wondering,
contracts.
if they was something that said they would have to be removed. I didn't
And
know.
we have something in our solar ordinance that says they have to be
I didn't
decommissioned.
know. I was wondering about that.
Yeah. Probably talk with the chairman, he can give you all the insight you want on that.
Okay,
He
okay.
got one.
And I think the state, actually, on the state level, they have some.
If they leave, they're
some
supposed
decommission.
to, if it's in agriculture, they're supposed to turn it back to agriculture.
Okay, I didn't know. I was just wondering. I didn't know if they would work forever.
Okay. Any more for it? Anybody oppose it? Okay, we'll move it over.
think that's it, Mr. Chairman.
That's all of them, ain't it?
I sure hope so.
Yeah, Lord.
Okay, that's the last one. I hear a motion that we close this public hearing.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to close the hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion, no. Public hearing is closed, okay?
Need a 10-minute break for her to get her.
Now, we need a few minutes to get it together.
Yeah.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
We'll take about a 10-minute break and we'll come
Yeah.
back and, finish up on the regular meeting. Okay?